The red tide? Oh my god. This episode from the Octonauts Above and Beyond sucks. Let me give you the reason why I hate this episode. On my first time when Ranger Marsh gets sick. The episode started where Tweek and Pawnee are adding water filters to the Florida coast to clean it up. The area is starting to experience a red tide. When the algae grows too much, it turns the water red and makes creatures sick, explains Pawnee. Peso arrives on the beach. That's why we are prepared with the GUP-W to treat any sick creatures, he says. The Vegemals have set up a kitchen on the GUP-W to feed the sea creatures. Then, Ranger Marsh appears with the first patient. A sea turtle. Dashi calls from the GUP-H. I am seeing algae from the air. It's building up quickly, she warns. This means the red tide is officially here, exclaims Pawnee, and he sounds the Octo alert. When they speak with the other Octo agents, they learn that Shun-Chan needs help with some hatching turtle eggs. The baby turtles are heading for the water, but the algae will make them sick, Shun-Chan explains. Dashi also spots a sick manatee washed up on the beach. The Octo agents head to the beach to help with the baby sea turtles and the manatee. Tweek lowers a harness from the Terra GUP-3 for the sick manatee, but she doesn't want to get on. Peso struggles to help. Looks like you could use some polar bear strength, says Barnacles. Even with help from Barnacles, the manatee is too scared. Peso tries to convince her to be brave. It's alright to be scared. What if you and I get lifted up together? He asks. The manatee agrees to try and rolls onto the harness. Shun-Chan and Ranger Marsh manage to round up the baby sea turtles. But just as they are about to leave, Ranger Marsh spots another baby sea turtle almost at the water. He quickly runs and grabs the sea turtle but gets sick from the red tide too. Shun-Chan helps Ranger Marsh and the sea turtle to the GUP-W to recover. All the patients are safely resting when Dashi calls from the GUP-H again. I've spotted a large sea creature. I see a fin sticking out of the water. It could be shark, she explains. Peso takes the Terra GUP-4 out into the ocean and spots the fin in the water. But then he realizes that it isn't a dangerous shark after all. That's a whale shark. They only eat teeny things, like plankton, he says. Peso tries to warn the whale shark about the algae, but he doesn't turn around. Peso realizes he will have to lure the shark away from the red tide. He dispenses snacks from the Terra GUP-4 and the shark follows the trail to safety. After a few days, the red tide levels are much lower and they can finally release the animals back into the ocean. And that's how the episode ends. Anyways, fuck the red tide, and fuck Catnap gets annoyed. Note, if you like this episode from Poppy Playtime series, like and subscribe to my channel. Anyways, mass destruction is 4 octillion 702 septillion 974 sextillion 937 quintillion 493 quadrillion 839 trillion 383 billion 948,395,839 times better than the red tide. End of rant.